Good afternoon all. Welcome to the lecture of discrete mathematical structure. Okay, so in last lecture we have seen what is the homogeneous system of linear equation and what is a non-homogeneous system of linear equation. After that we have seen when it has a solution or when it has finite number of solution, unique solution, no solution. Okay, if determinant of A is not equal to 0, then it has unique solution. If determinant of A equal to 0, then the given system has either a no solution or it has an infinite number of solution. And for checking that, there is one method, that is adjoint of A into B. First we have to find out the adjoint of A into B, which is equal to 0, then the given system has infinite number of solution. And when it is not equal to 0, then it has no solution. This is for the non-homogeneous system of linear equation. And if it is if the given system is a homogeneous system, then it has always one solution, which is a trivial solution, that is x1 equal to x2 equal to x3 equal to 0, whenever the given system has three unknowns and three equation. Then x1 equal to x2 equal to x3 equal to 0 is always a solution of the homogeneous system of linear equation. And if its determinant is equal to 0, then it has infinite number of solution, that we have already seen. Okay, we will today see some examples depending on this concept. Okay, screen is visible. Is my screen is visible? Okay, thank you. Okay, so we will solve some examples. First one, solve the system of equations. Solve the system of equations by matrix method and the equations are nothing but 5x plus 7y plus 2 equal to 0 and 4x plus 6y plus 3 equal to 0. So we have given two equations in two unknowns x and y, and we have to solve this. We have to find out its solution by matrix method. See its solution. Given equations are first one is 5x plus 7y plus 2 equal to 0. Subtracting minus 2 on both sides, then we get 5x plus 7y, which is equal to minus 2. Therefore, this can be written as 5x plus 7y equal to minus 2, and second one can be written as 4x plus 6y equal to minus 3. Now, we know that every system of linear equation can be written in a matrix form. Therefore, this can be written in a matrix form as this can be written in a matrix form as Ax equal to B, where A is nothing but 2 by 2 matrix having entries are 5, 7, 4, 6. X be a 2 by 1 matrix, which is a matrix of unknowns, and B be a matrix, which is again a 2 by 1 matrix having entries will be minus 2 and minus 3. That is, we can write any system of linear equation in the form of Ax equal to B. As here minus 2 and minus 3 are not equal to 0, then it will be a system of non-homogeneous linear equations. Okay, now here we have given A be a matrix which is of order 2 by 2 having entries will be 5, 7, 5, 7, 4 and 6. Now we have to find out its solution. It means first we have to check what is the determinant value of given matrix A. If its determinant value is not equal to 0, then the given system of linear equation has unique solution. And if it is equal to 0, then we have to check whether it has a no solution or it has infinite number of solution. For that, first we have to find out the determinant of A. So determinant of A is nothing but 5, 7, 4 and 6. And we know that how to find out the determinant of order 2, which is nothing but 5 into 6, which is 30, minus 4 into 7, 28, and which is equal to 2. 30 minus 28 will be 2, and which is not equal to 0. So here determinant of A is not equal to 0. Here determinant of A which is equal to 2 and which is not 0, which implies the given system has a unique solution. Given system has a unique solution, and that unique solution can be obtained by, and the solution is given by, or which is obtained by solving the matrix which is x equal to A inverse B, and the solution is given by capital X equal to A inverse into B, which is already we have seen. If Ax equal to B, a system of linear equation, and determinant of A equal is not equal to 0, then the solution is given by X equal to A inverse of B. So here we have to find out the A inverse, and A inverse is nothing but, and we know that A inverse is nothing but 1 upon determinant of A into adjoint of matrix A. So to find out the inverse, we require the adjoint of a matrix A, and adjoint of a matrix A is nothing but the transpose of the cofactor matrix of the A. As here A equal to 5, 7, 4, 6. Now we have to find out the cofactor matrix, and for cofactor matrix we require A11. A11 will be the cofactor of the element A11, which is nothing but minus 1 to the power 1 plus 1 into its minor. Its minor will be 6, minus 1 to the power 2, which is plus 1 into 6. A12 equal to minus 1 to the power 1 plus 2 into 4, which is minus of 4. A21 equal to minus 1 to the power 2 plus 1 into 7, and which is minus 1 to the power 3, which is minus 1, and into 7 minus of 7, and A22 equal to minus 1 to the power 2 plus 2 into 5, and which is equal to 5. Therefore here we get the cofactors of each elements of the determinant of A. This is okay, that is matrix A. Okay, now first find out the cofactor matrix. So the cofactor matrix is given by, cofactor matrix is, replace A element A11 by its cofactor, which is 6. A12 will be minus 4, A21 will be minus 7, and A22 will be 5. So this will be the cofactor matrix. But adjoint of a matrix A, it will be a matrix, then we have to write it in a matrix. Okay. Now adjoint of A is nothing but the transpose of the cofactor matrix. Transpose means we have to make the rows as column and columns as rows. So which is nothing but first row will be first column 6 minus 4, and second row will be a second column minus 7, 5. So which is the adjoint of a matrix A. Now A inverse is equal to 1 upon determinant of A into adjoint of a matrix A. 1 upon determinant of A. Determinant of A will be 2. That is we have found out. Adjoint of A is nothing but the matrix which is this one, 6 minus 7 minus of 4, 5. That is, this can be written as. Now we know the scalar multiplication with a matrix is nothing but we have to multiply the each element in the given matrix by this scalar multiple. That is here k is 1 by 2. Therefore it is nothing but 6 by 2 minus of 7 by 2 minus of 4 by 2 and 5 by 2. That is, this one is nothing but 6 by 2 3 minus 7 by 2 minus 4 by 2 will be minus 2 and 5 by 2. So here we get the matrix inverse. Okay, now the solutions are given by, the solutions are given by capital X equal to A inverse B. So here A inverse is nothing but 3 minus of 7 by 2 minus 2 5 by 2, okay, into B. B is nothing but minus 2 minus 3. Just find out its multiplication, then we get, now 3 into minus 2 minus 6. Sorry. Okay, minus 6, minus of 7 by 2 into minus 3, which is nothing but plus 21 divided by 2. Okay, now minus 2 into minus 2 plus 4, minus of 5 plus 5 into minus 3 minus 15 divided by 2. Okay, which is minus. So this one is nothing but minus 6 into 2 minus 12 plus 21 divided by 2, and second will be 2 into 8 minus 15 divided by, so this is minus 20 minus 12 plus 21, minus 12 plus 21 minus 12 will be 9 divided by 2, comma 8 minus 15, 8 minus 15 will be minus of 7 divided by 2. Therefore x is nothing but this one, but x is matrix of order 2 by n 1. Now comparing these two matrices are said to be, sorry, two matrices are equal if the corresponding entries will be equal. Therefore x is nothing but 9 by 2 and y is nothing but minus of 7 by 2. So these are the required, which will be the required solution of a given system of linear equation. Now check whether this solution is correct or not. To check this one, just we have to put out these values, x equal to 9 by 2 and y equal to minus of 7 by 2 in given equation. Then we get whether these values are correct or not. If we put 5 x as 9 by 2 and plus 7 as minus of 7 by 2. Okay, so which is equal to 5 into 9 45 divided by 2 plus, so minus 7 into plus 7 minus of 49 divided by 2, which is equal to 45 minus 49 minus 4 divided by 2, and which is equal to minus 2, and that is, this one is the required value. Similarly this will be also test satisfies, that is 4 into 9 by 2 plus 6 into minus of 7 by 2, which is equal to 36 divided by 2 plus 42 minus of 42 divided by 2, which is nothing but 36 minus 42 will be minus of 6 divided by 2, and which is equal to minus. Therefore our given value, our find out values 9 by 2 and minus 1 by 2 will be the correct one. Okay, so in this way we can find out the solution of a non-singular matrix. Okay, now suppose the given matrix will be a singular matrix. Now so we will check how will you find out its solution or existence of a solution method. Solution. Second example, use matrix method. Use matrix method to examine the following system of equations for consistency and inconsistency. Okay, that in that first one will be 3x minus 2y equal to 5 and 6x minus 4y equal to 9. So this will be a system of given linear equations with two unknowns. Now see its solution. This system can be written as in a matrix form. This system can be written in matrix form as as Ax equal to B, where A is nothing but 3 minus 2, 6 minus 4, x equal to x and y, and B equal to 5, 9. Okay. Now first find out the determinant of A. So determinant of A equal to 3 minus 2, 6 minus 4, and its determinant value is 3 into minus 4, which is minus 12, minus of 6 into minus 2, minus 12, minus of minus 12, This one is nothing but minus 12, minus of minus plus 12, which is equal to 0. So here determinant of A equal to 0. As determinant of A equal to 0, then the system has determinant of A equal to 0. Then the system has either a no solution or infinite number of solutions. Infinite number of solution. Now we have to check whether the given system has no solution or infinite number of solution, and for that we require adjoint of A. So to find out or to check adjoint of A into B equal to 0 or adjoint of A into B is not equal to 0. So find out the adjoint first. Okay, so as A is a matrix having entries will be 3 minus 2, 6 minus 4. Then adjoint of each element, sorry, cofactor of each element will be A11, which is nothing but minus of 4, A12, which is equal to minus of 6, A21 is equal to plus 2, and A22 equal to 3. So its cofactor matrix is given by matrix is 4 minus 6 2 3. So adjoint of matrix is nothing but transpose of this cofactor matrix, that is cofactor matrix transpose. So which is nothing but 4 minus 6 2 3. So this will be the 4 minus 6 2 3. Okay, so here we get the adjoint of a matrix. Now we have to find out the adjoint of A into B. Consider adjoint of A into matrix B, which is equal to adjoint of A minus 4 2 minus 6 3 and B is 5 9, which is nothing but minus 4 into 5 minus of 20 plus 2 into 9 18 minus 6 into 5 minus 30 plus 3 into 9 27, and which is equal to minus 20 plus 18 minus 2 minus 30 plus 27 minus 3. So here we get adjoint of A into B is a matrix of order 2 by 1 and which is not a zero matrix. As adjoint of A into B is not equal to 0, then the given system has no solution. Given system has no solution. Okay, now we will take one more example. In that, the system of equation is nothing but x plus 2y equal to 4, 3x plus 6y equal to 12. So this will be the system of given linear equations with two unknowns, and it can be written in matrix form as Ax equal to B. A is 1 2 3 6, x is x comma x and y, and which is equal to 4 12. So this will be a matrix A, this one is Ax and this one is B. Okay, so now first we will find out its determinant. Now determinant of A is equal to 1 2 3 6, which is equal to 6 into 1 minus 2 into 3, which is equal to 6 minus 6, and it is equal to 0. So again, as determinant of A equal to 0, which implies either given system has a no solution, either given system has no solution or it has infinite number of solutions. Okay, so we will check, that is by finding the adjoint of A into matrix B. So for that, first we will require the cofactor matrix as A equal to 1 2 3 6. So its cofactor matrix is, which implies A11 equal to 6, A12 equal to minus 3, A21 equal to minus of 1, minus of 2, and A22 equal to plus 1. So the cofactor matrix is, cofactor matrix is 6 minus 3 minus 2 1. This will be the cofactor matrix. Now adjoint of matrix A is nothing but its transpose, 6 minus 3 minus 2 1. Now consider adjoint of A into B, okay, and which is equal to 6 minus 2 minus 3 1, and B is 4 12, which is equal to 6 into 4 24, minus of 2 into 12, which is minus 24, minus 3 into 4 minus 12, minus of, sorry, plus 12, which is equal to 24 minus 24 0, minus 12 plus 12 0. So here we get adjoint of A into B is equal to 0. Adjoint of A into B equal to 0, which implies the given system has infinite number of solutions. Has infinite number of solutions. Okay, so given system has infinite number of solutions. How will you find out? Let us take y equal to k. Let y is equal to k. If y equal to k, then the given system equation 1 becomes x plus 2y equal to 4. As let y equal to k, then x plus 2y equal to 4 becomes, x plus 2y equal to 4 becomes, put the value of y as k in that equation, we get x plus 2k equal to 4, and from that we get x equal to 4 minus 2k. Now let us check whether these values of x and y satisfy the given system of equation. Second equation will be 3x plus 6y equal to 12. Put the values of x and y in that one and check whether it is a true. 3x plus 6y. So consider 3x plus 6y, which is equal to 3 into x will be 4 minus 2k plus 6 into y is k, which is equal to 3 into 4 12 minus 3 into 2 minus of 6k plus 6k, 6k get cancelled, and which is equal to 12, and which is the right hand side of the given equation 2, that is 3x plus 6y equal to 12. Hence these values satisfies the second equation, which implies x is equal to 4 minus 2k and y equal to k whenever k is belonging to set of integer. Therefore, each integer belonging to z, we get x and y. And how many elements belonging to set of integer? There are infinite number. Therefore, the given system has infinite number of solutions. Since for each value of k, we get one solution, and hence the required number of solution will be infinite. Okay. Up to now, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. There is no doubt. Then we will see the next concept, which is eigenvalue and eigenvectors of a matrix. Eigenvalues and eigenvectors. Okay. See its definition. Let capital A be a square matrix of order n. Okay. Now, to find a vector x and a constant lambda, such that a into x equal to lambda x, then x is called eigenvector and the constant lambda is called an the constant lambda is called eigenvalue, which are also called as a eigenvalue is also called as characteristic value, and eigenvector is called as characteristic vector. So suppose we have a square matrix of order n, then we have to find out the vector x and a constant lambda such that which holds this condition a of x equal to lambda into x. Then this x is called as eigenvector and that lambda is called as a eigenvalue. Now this equation 1 can be written as ax equal to lambda x, so which is nothing but ax minus lambda x is equal to 0. So actually it is nothing but the matrices, all are matrices. Therefore this one is nothing but a minus lambda into I of x equal to 0. In that a be a square matrix of order n, let the entries of a are in this way, that is, as it is a matrix of order n, then its entries are of this type, a to n up to so on an1, an2 up to so on an minus of lambda into I minus of lambda into I be a square matrix of order n, then having entries will be lambda 0 to so on 0 0 lambda 0, since only non-zero entries are in the diagonal line, 0 0 up to so on lambda. So this will be a minus lambda I into x. X be a any vector and which is equal to 0. That is we have to find out. That is actually this one is nothing but a of x will be equal to lambda x. That is, which implies this one is nothing but ax equal to lambda x. Okay, or ax minus lambda x is equal to 0. As a into x contains, x is a matrix of order n by 1, then it is of the type a11 x1 plus a12. First we will find out its difference, then we get as here the non-zero entries on the diagonal line only in second matrix, therefore this one is nothing but a11 minus of lambda, a12 minus 0 up to so on a1n, second one a22 minus 0, a22 minus lambda, next as it is 0 and which is a2n, and last one is nothing but an1, an2 and up to so on ann minus of lambda into x. X is nothing but x1 x2 up to so on xn, and which is equal to 0 0 0. Okay, so actually this can be written as, this one is of the type a11 minus lambda into x1, a11 minus lambda into x1 plus a12 x2 plus up to so on a1n xn, and which is equal to 0. Similarly a21 x1 plus a22 minus lambda x2 plus up to so on a2n xn, and which is equal to 0, and so on we get an1 x1 plus an2 x2 plus up to so on ann minus of lambda into xn is equal to 0. Okay, now we know that as it is a homogeneous system, this one is a homogeneous system of linear equation, and we know that homogeneous system of linear equation always have a trivial solution. It means x1 equal to 0, x2 equal to 0, up to 1 xn equal to 0 is always a solution of this given system of linear equation. If suppose we have to find out and the unique solution will be exist whenever determinant of a is not equal to 0, that is the trivial solution exists. If we require a non-trivial solution, then determinant of a must be equal to 0. So for non-trivial solution or non-trivial solution, determinant of a must be equal to 0. That is its determinant. This one is as this one is the matrix A, then its determinant will be equal to 0, then the given system has non-trivial solution. Okay, now there are some concepts which are nothing but, first one is the characteristic matrix. The matrix A minus lambda I, the matrix A minus lambda I is called the characteristic matrix of a given matrix A obtained by subtracting lambda from elements of, or subtracting lambda from diagonal elements of A. Diagonal elements of A. That is, a matrix which is obtained by subtracting lambda from the diagonal elements of A is called the characteristic matrix. That is, this matrix A minus lambda is called the characteristic matrix. Next will be characteristic polynomial. Okay, so what is a characteristic polynomial? The determinant A minus lambda I when expanded will give the polynomial of degree n in lambda, which is called characteristic polynomial. That is, if we find out the characteristic matrix A minus lambda I, then its determinant of A minus lambda I will give the polynomial of degree n. Its degree will be n, since it is a square matrix of order n. Therefore, there are n variables. Okay. So, and which is a polynomial in lambda. Such a polynomial is called as a characteristic polynomial. Now we have to see what is a characteristic equation. Characteristic equation. The equation determinant of A minus lambda I equal to 0 is called characteristic equation. That is, if we have a characteristic polynomial determinant of A minus lambda I, just we have to equate to 0, and that corresponding equation is nothing but the characteristic equation. Now, characteristic value or eigenvalue. As this equation is of degree n, since the given polynomial is of degree n, and we have just equated it to 0, and it becomes a characteristic equation. The roots, as it is a polynomial of degree n, then it has n roots. The roots lambda 1, lambda 2 up to so on lambda n are called the roots lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda n of the characteristic equation are called characteristic value or eigenvalues. Okay, so first we have to find out the characteristic equation, then its roots are nothing but the characteristic roots. Now last will be the characteristic vector. Corresponding to each eigenvalue, there corresponds a non-zero vector x or x satisfying determinant, sorry, matrix A minus lambda I equal to 0 is called determinant A minus lambda into x equal to 0. Thus non-zero vector x is called non-zero vector x is called characteristic vector or eigenvector or eigenvector. Okay, what is eigenvector? If there is a characteristic value lambda, then there corresponds a non-zero vector x such that it satisfies this condition. Matrix A minus lambda I into x will be equal to 0. Then this non-zero vector x is called as a eigenvector. Okay. So first we have one matrix A which is of order n. Then its characteristic matrix is nothing but A minus lambda I. That is A is a matrix of order n, I is also a matrix of order n. If we subtract lambda from the diagonal elements of A, then we get the characteristic matrix. Then this characteristic matrix is said to be a characteristic polynomial if we find out its determinant. Then determinant of A minus lambda I is nothing but the characteristic polynomial, and it is a polynomial of degree n in lambda. And it becomes, this characteristic polynomial becomes a characteristic equation when we equate this determinant will be equal to 0. That is determinant of A minus lambda equal to 0 is a characteristic equation, and the roots of that characteristic equation are nothing but the characteristic values, and corresponding to each characteristic value we get one non-zero vector x which shows this condition, that is A minus lambda I into x equal to 0. Such a non-zero vector x is called the characteristic vector or eigenvector. We will see all these concepts by taking one example. Let A equal to 2 1 1 2, then find the eigenvalues and eigenvectors of A. For finding eigenvalue and eigenvector, first we have to find out its characteristic matrix. So its characteristic matrix is nothing but A minus lambda I. So first we find out the characteristic matrix. Let A is nothing but 2 1 1 2. Then its characteristic matrix is given by, then its characteristic matrix is A minus lambda I. So A minus lambda I is nothing but, which is equal to, A is a matrix which is of order 2 by 2, 2 1 1 2, minus of lambda into identity matrix of order 2, 1 0 0 1, and which is nothing but 2 1 1 2 minus of lambda 0 0 lambda, and which is equal to 2 minus lambda, 1 minus 0 1, 1 minus 0 1, and 2 minus lambda. So this will be a characteristic matrix. A minus lambda I will be a characteristic matrix. Now we have to find out its characteristic polynomial. So the characteristic polynomial is given by determinant of A minus lambda I is nothing but the characteristic polynomial of degree n in lambda. As here n equal to 2, then it has a polynomial of degree 2 in lambda, and which is nothing but determinant of A minus lambda I is equal to determinant of 2 minus lambda 1 1 2 minus of lambda. Okay, so which is equal to determinant 2 minus lambda into 2 minus lambda minus of this 1 into 1 1, which is nothing but 2 minus lambda into 2 minus lambda, 2 into 2 4, 2 into minus of lambda minus 2 lambda, minus lambda into 2 minus 2 lambda, minus lambda into minus lambda plus lambda square, minus of 1, so which is nothing but lambda square minus 2 lambda minus 2 lambda minus of 4 lambda plus 4 minus 1 plus 3. So determinant of A minus lambda I will be equal to lambda square minus 4 lambda plus 3, and which is the characteristic polynomial of degree 2 in lambda. So here we get the characteristic equation is given by, now the characteristic equation is given by determinant of a minus lambda I is equal to 0. But determinant of a minus lambda I is nothing but lambda square minus 4 lambda plus 3 equal to 0, which is the required characteristic equation. Now we have to find out the characteristic values, and characteristic values are nothing but the characteristic roots of this equation, and its characteristic roots are, which can be written as lambda minus 1 into lambda minus 3, and which is equal to 0. Since lambda into lambda, lambda square minus of 3 lambda minus lambda, which is minus of 4 lambda, plus minus 1 into minus 3 plus 3. Therefore, this one is nothing but this one. So here we get lambda minus 1 into lambda minus 3 will be equal to 0, which implies lambda minus 1 equal to 0 and lambda minus 3 equal to 0, which implies lambda equal to 1 and lambda will be equal to 3. So the possible eigenvalues are 1 and 3, which implies lambda equal to 1 and 3 and are the eigenvalues of matrix E. So here we get the eigenvalues of a matrix E. Now it remains to find out the characteristic vectors, that is eigenvectors. Now to find the characteristic vectors, and characteristic vectors are nothing but the corresponding to each eigenvalue lambda there is one non-zero characteristic vector x which satisfies the a minus lambda I into x will be equal to 0. Now for first we will take for lambda equal to 1. Now we have to find out determinant of a minus lambda I in matrix A minus lambda I into x equal to 0. That is here lambda will be, we have taken 1, that is a minus I equal to into x equal to 0. But A is a matrix having entries are 2 1 1 2 minus of I is nothing but 1 0 0 1 into x equal to 0. Therefore this one is nothing but 2 minus 1 1 1 minus 0 1 1 minus 0 1 2 minus 1 1 into x. X is a matrix of order 2 by 1. So these are the x y, two variables, and which is equal to 0 0. Now from this one we get x plus y equal to 0 and x plus y equal to 0. These are the two equations. So here we get x plus y equal to 0, which implies x is equal to minus y. So whatever will be the value of x, y, the corresponding value of x will be negative of that y. So let y equal to 1. Y equal to 1, which implies x equal to minus 1, which implies capital X equal to xy is equal to minus of 1 comma 1 is the characteristic vector corresponding to eigenvalue 1, corresponding to eigenvalue 1. Okay, now for eigenvalue lambda equal to 3, again we have to consider a minus lambda I will be equal to 0, a minus lambda I into x equal to 0. So a minus lambda will be equal to, that is a minus 3i is equal to 0 into x. But so here just we have to subtract 3 from the diagonal elements of a, and a is a matrix which is nothing but 2 1 1 2. 2 minus 3 minus 1, 1 minus 0 1, 1 minus 0 1, 2 minus 3 minus 1 into x xy, which is equal to 0 0. Okay, so this one is nothing but minus of x plus y equal to 0 and x minus y equal to 0. Then from these two, minus x plus y equal to 0, which implies y equal to plus x, and x minus y equal to 0 implies x equal to y. Therefore combining these two we get x equal to y. So whatever will be the value of y, the corresponding value of x is equal to y. So let x equal to, y equal to 1, which implies x equal to 1. So capital X equal to 1 1 is the characteristic vector corresponding to eigenvalue lambda equal to 3, corresponding to eigenvalue lambda equal to 3. Okay, Kunal ka head out? जर एखादा मॅट्रिक्स दिला तर त्याचा आयगेन व्हॅल्यू कसं काढायचे, फर्स्ट त्याचं कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक इक्वेशन काढावं लागेल तुम्हाला. कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक इक्वेशन काय तर मिळेल, त्याच्यावरून त्याचे रूट जे असतील ते आयगेन व्हॅल्यू असतील. आयगेन व्हॅल्यू आल्यानंतर तुम्हाला प्रत्येक आयगेन व्हॅल्यूच्या करस्पॉन्डिंग एक नॉन झिरो वेक्टर एक्स मिळेल, जो की असा तुम्ही फाइंड आउट करू शकता. ए मायनस लॅम्बडा of x equal to 0 and put out the values of lambda, then we get the corresponding eigen vectors. ठीक है. तुम्हाला काही डाउट?
No, sir.
Okay, now there are some properties of eigen values. First one, the sum of the eigenvalues, sum of the eigenvalues is the sum of the elements sum of the elements of its principal diagonal, or the sum of the eigenvalues is the sum of the elements of its principal diagonal line. Principal diagonal line. Okay, that is, if we take the sum of the eigenvalues, for example, suppose this one will be a matrix A which is of order 2 by 2. Okay, so its eigenvalue sum is nothing but the sum of the elements in its principal diagonal line. The principal diagonal line elements are 2 and 2. Its sum will be 2 plus 2 equal to 4, and its eigenvalues are 1 and 3, I think. So its eigenvalues are 1 and 3, and its sum will be 1 plus 3 equal to 4. So sum of the elements of the principal diagonal line is nothing but the sum of its eigenvalues, and which is called the trace of a matrix A. Now, second property will be, if lambda is eigenvalue of a matrix A, then 1 upon lambda is eigenvalue of matrix A inverse. Okay. Third one, if lambda 1, lambda 2 up to so on lambda n are eigenvalues of matrix A, then lambda 1 to the power m, lambda 2 to the power m up to so on lambda n to the power m are eigenvalues of A to the power m. And the last property will be the eigenvectors corresponding to distinct eigenvalues, eigenvectors corresponding to distinct eigenvalues are linearly independent, since they are not multiple, that is, they are not multiple of each other. These are the 4 important properties of the eigenvalues. First one says that the sum of eigenvalues is nothing but the sum of the principal diagonal elements of a given matrix, and second one, if lambda is an eigenvalue of A, then 1 upon lambda is the eigenvalue of A inverse. If lambda 1, lambda 2 up to so on lambda n are the eigenvalues of A, then its power m, that is lambda 1 to the power m, lambda 2 to the power m up to so on lambda n to the power m are the eigenvalues of the matrix A to the power m, and the eigenvectors corresponding to distinct eigenvalues are linearly independent. Okay. कुणाला काही डाउट?
No, sir.